Hi, I'm Capt. Stanford, Texas Fish Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Okay, over here in Dagger Island, all the way down through here, we've been catching some nice trout on popping cork and shrimp. Freeline shrimp has been working. Your artificials, your wade fishing's been working. The trick is when the water's a little more cleaner. We had a few days with some really bad wind. It messed them up, but we've had some different schools of trout in there. There's some nice redfish mixed in there. Been doing pretty good. Okay, over in South Bay on incoming tide, this little point right here, we've been catching a lot of trout. Some days there'll be some nice 20-inch trout in there. Some days it'll be a bunch of dinks. We catch them on popping cork and shrimp. Shrimp on the bottom and shrimp freeline has been working. Actually, they've been on the bottom more than anything else for me. Artificials is working as well. Also, there's been some redfish up in these cuts back in here when the water's low. And then if you'll go around the edge of this bowl and then right here in the front, there's been some more trout, a few reds in here. Also, if you see some school bait fish, or if you see the birds working at school, go over to it. That's where you trout and it's where your fish is at. Okay, on the incoming tide, there's some rocks right here on Pelican Island in this area. Don't get on the island, it is restricted. But there's some rocks that Little Rock Jetty runs right down through here. There's been some nice trout in here. There's been mangrove snappers, some sheep's head, everything being caught on live shrimp, even a couple of redfish. Okay, out here on the end of the jetties, either the north or the south, either one. There's been some nice redfish on incoming tide, been working the best. Shrimp, about 15 foot down, 10 to 15 foot down has been working the best. There's been some nice sheep's head mixed in there. There's sand trout. There's been some nice trout. Mangrove snapper even in there. All right, over here on Ingleside, across from the old naval station, it's now the oxychemical. Usually this time of year we're catching a lot of big black drum down through here, but I haven't seen very many boats through here. But I do tell you to be very careful. They're dredging through here. And they're moving those lines and boats and stuff back and forth at different times. So keep your eyes out. I can tell you where they're at today, but it doesn't mean for tomorrow because they will move them back and forth and you can get in trouble there. So try and just avoid that area as best you can. Okay, out here in front of Ingleside on the bay, this little rock jetties down through here and these flats. There's been some nice trout on incoming tide, on popping cork and shrimp, or you can freeline shrimp up next to that little jetty down through here. But there's been some really nice trout, some nice 20-inchers in here. Okay, in here in Ingleside, over between Berry Island and this island, there's been some nice trout right in through here in these cuts. Popping cork and shrimp has been working, artificial working too, but we had some nice clean water in there when everything else is messed up.
Thanks for watching. I'm Capt. Stanford.